Alright guys, in this video what we're going to be doing is bringing you the top 10 fragrances to start my collection in 2025. So I love this list that I put together and compiled for you guys. We have a great blend of fresh, also aromatic, sweet, and gourmand fragrances. So we'll have something that all you guys' personalities will like and enjoy. And I based this list largely, one, I said I could only have one fragrance per brand. So you're going to see that as a common theme. And then I wanted to also just factor in which one of these 10, like out of my collection, are going to pull the highest degree of compliments. So they're in no particular order, but these are 10 of the most complimented fragrances in my collection. So let's go ahead and get started with it. Number one fragrance I'm always recommending, I'm always referencing, but it's still a great fragrance to get your hands on, especially if you're a beginner and if you need a cheapie. And that's none other than this here, Afan, Supremacy in Heaven. So Supremacy in Heaven is going to be a nice, vibrant, citrusy, a little bit woody fragrance and some musk as sort of the main notes. You're gonna get that bergamot, you're gonna get that black currant, that green tea, that musk and sandalwood is some of the main notes in here. But this one is kind of got reminiscences of Creed Silvermont water, a little bit of that DNA. Really fresh, like a fresh shower, really inviting, really invigorating, and a great daily driver to add to your collection. Second fragrance is one of the more sexier ones, so we're already gonna flip the spectrum and we're gonna go to a more warm, spicy, sexy fragrance. And this one is from the brand of Dior, and this one here is called Dior Homme Intense. So looking at the bottom, I'm probably gonna need to get a new one here at some point during this year, but this is gonna be a nice blend of that iris, amber, and woods. Some of the main notes. This is one that I would use really for those cold weather settings if you want to go out on a nice day. It has good longevity. It's also great for Netflix and chill if you want to just have a cozy night in with your special someone. But this one, for the smoothness, the richness, the refined nature of this fragrance coupled with sort of the aromatic qualities is one of the reasons why I really love this fragrance, one of the reasons why women really love this fragrance, and it's definitely a great compliment puller even all these years later to add to your collection. Now, this third fragrance is one that really climbed up the charts in these latter months of the year. I was really using it and it was really pulling a lot of compliments for me, so I kept finding myself grabbing it. And this one is actually not the cheapest fragrance. I mean, it's actually not the most expensive fragrance, but this one is from the brand of Jada, and this one here is called Jada's Ambassador. So Jada's Ambassador, put simply, if you like a fragrance like a Herba Pura and a little bit of that Dylan Blue, so you like that bold and versatile fragrance, you want it where it's a little fresh, but it's also got those sweet and aromatic touches, I think you're gonna like this. I think if you like a fragrance that kind of packs a little bit of a punch, has that woody, spicy masculinity to it, but you also do want a little bit of that office-friendly, fresh accord, you're definitely gonna like this. Nice fruits, woods, and amber and warmth in this fragrance, but nonetheless, it's pulled really great compliments, really seductive, but it's also got office-friendly appeal as well. So this one would be a great one to get your hands on. All right, now the next fragrance we're talking about is one from the brand Parfum de Marley, and I have a few of those in my collection, so this one was one of the tougher picks to make, but I just go back to this one that has pulled me so many compliments. It's been kind of my old reliable from the brand, and this one is Nuit Exclusive. So Nuit Exclusive, you basically take that original latent DNA, you make it a little bit more darker, a little bit more rich, a little bit more refined, and for me, it adds a level of warmth too as well that I really enjoy with this fragrance. Definitely, if you like that citrusy, bold, and kind of loud accord, but you do want it a little bit more subtle as it gets to its dry down, you're gonna like this fragrance really well. To me, it's a better version of the original latent, right? And it's probably the best one out of the line in my opinion. All right, we have another one of those more aromatic fragrances up on deck, but this one is from the brand of Prada Lunar Rosa. Now, Prada is kind of known for being that soapy, fresh and clean fragrance. So then when they dropped this one that we're going to talk about, it was their, I call it their date night, their aromatic take on a fragrance from their line. And this one here is called Prada Lunar Rosa Black, okay? So Lunar Rosa Black is gonna have a more luxurious twist to this fragrance, right? And it actually doesn't cost you the most money, but for a fragrance that you really want to have a level of classiness, I think you would really enjoy this fragrance. This is definitely more of your black suit and tie, cold weather, night out. Maybe you have a nice turtleneck or trench coat, right? This is a really nice amber, tonka bean, and iris fragrance. And also you got some musk in there as well to give it that masculinity too, so it's not overly sweet. This one is a really nice, classy, refined gentleman type of fragrance, and I think a lot of you guys will really enjoy this one. All right, so now we venture back into the fresh part of the spectrum, and we go with this one from Versace. Now, this Versace fragrance I'm talking about here, I think I like just the smoothness of it and the fact that I like its versatility, which is why I went with this one. There are other ones out of the 3 that I have that maybe could have entered the list, but I think just for the amount of balance and what I think you guys would like the most, we're gonna go with this one here, Rassihabas Ice. So Rassihabas Ice takes that original Rassihabas DNA. To me, they calm it down. It's not so tart, right? And this one is gonna have more of that aquatic and musky feel with this fragrance, coupled with a more crispy, invigorating sort of scent appeal, right? So this one is gonna be really good for those warmer weather days and those daytime outings. You wanna be outdoors more so than in the office. And if you want it not so citrusy fresh, you want a little bit more on that musky balance, a little bit more aquatic and watery, I think you would go with this one. And this one has definitely boded me a lot of compliments. I got this back in the summer and we're already, close to the end and having the need to get set up a bottle of it. Okay, now this was one of the most recent collections I've had in the past couple of years. I got this really towards the latter half of the year, I think closer to, I would say, Christmas. And this fragrance, since I've gotten it, just for the compliments, just for the scent and what I feel like they did to improve the scent quality, this guy added to the list. And this is none other than Pocket Armani. This one is Fantôme Le Parfum. So these Le Parfum concentrations of cologne, these elixir concentrations of colognes that are starting to kind of be more so the trend of a lot of these designer fragrance brands, I really enjoy and I have affinity for. So when they dropped the original Phantom, I got the original Phantom back in the summer, and I was like, maybe I'll be fine with that. I won't need to really get the, the most recent flanker. Well, I was at my fragrance store that I go to all the time, and they were like, I think you would like this newer version. And sure enough, I tried it out and blind bought it. So this one is really great. This one is a nice, sleek and futuristic sort of scent with those hints of lavender. It's got some citrus and it's also got a creamy vanilla, right? So the creamy vanilla gives it a level of head turning appeal where when you spray it, it sea eyes when you walk by people. It's like, that's different. I need to know what that one is. It'll make people ask questions. It'll make people start conversations with you. So this one is one of those ones that it's a sneaky get. It's sneaky good, but definitely I love it. And it is got great projection, great performance, which is something you can. All right, this next one is from the brand of Yves Saint Laurent. Now, this is probably my favorite one, and I talked about in one of my more recent videos. I need to get a new bottle of it, and I already have a big bottle of it, but this is just how well that this fragrance does and why I love this so much. But this one here is called Yves Saint Laurent. This is Why Le Parfum. So I always talk about with Why Le Parfum, what they did was they took the original Y EDP DNA, which is already great, one of the top fragrance DNAs really of all time, and to me they improved it by adding that apple and aldehydes, giving it a little bit more of an aromatic touch. They smoothed it out, and so this one, for the CRs and longevity, it being a parfum concentration, are all reasons why I feel like this is one of the best, if not, I dare to say the best Yves Saint Laurent Y flaker. Yves Saint Laurent flaker, maybe not the whole Yves Saint Laurent, kind of umbrella, but definitely out of the Y. You have YDP Intense, you have myself and things of that nature, but at the end of the day, I think this one, for the balance and for what it gives, for what it brings, I really enjoy this fragrance, and I think you guys will too. All right, coming down to the last 2 left on the video. So this one, we're gonna go with the Armani fragrance next. And this one I just love for, it embodies really sort of my type of fragrance personality. One of the fragrances, one of the scent DNAs I like, and I think these last 2 are really gonna do that for me. But this fragrance we're gonna talk about is from the brand of Armani, and this one is called Armani Code Profumo. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that this one actually might be discontinued, but they did drop a new one, which I'm gonna have to go out and try out. I should have did my homework a little bit, but nonetheless, Armani Code Profumo, if you can still get your hands on it, if it is still available wherever you are in the world, it's gonna be a nice, warm, spicy, aromatic fragrance with many notes of tonka bean. Now, it's gonna have leather as well and cardamom. Now, tonka bean and leather are 2 fragrance notes that are really common amongst these sort of seductive, aromatic, sexy fragrances. Leather is one of those, though, I'll be honest, for someone like me, it had to grow on me, leather being a fragrance note, but this one is blended really well in this fragrance here. It's got a nice smooth balance to it, and that leather makes it to where it's not too overly bubblegummy sweet. It actually gives it a nice degree of masculinity, which is why I like wearing this. This is definitely got great CRs, great projection, great lasting power, so you don't need too many sprays of this one, and this one goes really good in the cold weather. Now, it wouldn't be a TFM fragrance video. It wouldn't be a fragrance video of mine if we didn't have this last fragrance of the day. But this one here, I love it. I'm on bottle 3, probably gonna be bottle 4 here. It got cold in my city recently, so I've been blind pulling this like no other, but this is none other than Jean-Paul Gaultier's Le Male Le Parfum. So in essence, the fragrance, and I'm probably will give this fragrance its own video this year just for itself, but the fragrance that in large part got me to go down the rabbit hole collecting fragrances really truly and becoming a content creator as well. This fragrance to me takes the original Le Male DNA, which is that vanilla, you know, that lavender, and they add they increase the richness of the vanilla. They add some oriental spiciness, and then they add also some woodiness. So this is a nice blend of fresh and sweet, to where it's got really good sillage, really good lasting power too. And it's not overly loud, but it's such a calm and sophisticated. It's also really subtle sort of hug. It's like a tap on the shoulder when people smell it. It's like, oof. Like wherever that is, and define what that is. And the thing is, you can walk by, you can be on your way, and you'll leave a lasting impression on whoever smells this too, which is why I really like it. This is a really nice, cozy, but it does have a level of command in its presence too. So this is probably one of my favorite fragrances that I've gotten my hands on ever, and it's gonna be hard to get this one out of my rotation. There you go, guys. We won't go through the full recap because we have 10 fragrances on deck today, but nonetheless, we had a nice degree, we had a nice blend. We had our fresh spicy, warm spicy, we had warm seductive, warm masculine. So we had hopefully a fragrance in here that you guys are going to be able to add to your carts, be able to add to your collection. But that'll do it for today, guys. Again, I appreciate all you guys who listen and continue to tap in, join the community, join the channel. If you're just finding me, welcome. Hit the subscribe button so you can get notified when all the fragrances and all the videos drop this year. We just getting started. We're at 2025. I hope everybody was safe, had a great new year, and we'll catch y'all on the next one. Much love.